Tonight, Governor Bala seeks Tinubu's help over worsening Bauchi insecurity, says no plan to dump PDP. Court returns Malami to prison, fixes dates for bail, hearing, and trial. South-South leaders of ADC condemn attack on Peter Obi, others in Benin. Edo government commends organizers of Niger Delta Games as Edo emerges overall winner. Good evening and welcome to the network news on Independent Television. I am Chukufumnanya Digwe. Now, before we kickstart, you can watch ITV live online at www.itvradioNG.com/live. Follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at ITV Radio NG. Now, the news proper. Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has sought presidential intervention over worsening insecurity in Al-Kaleri local government area, warning that the situation can spiral into a humanitarian crisis if not swiftly contained. Speaking after a meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Friday, the governor said bandits have become increasingly emboldened, occupying ungoverned forest areas and launching sporadic attacks on communities. As State House correspondent Iharata reports, the governor dismissed speculation about a possible defection from the People's Democratic Party following his meeting with the president.
The meeting between Bauchi State Governor Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed and President Bola Tinubu held just behind me here in the president's office. After the meeting, journalists sought to know if the worsening insecurity in Bauchi State, which has left many communities deserted and many lives lost in the governor's own Al-Kaleri local government area in the state, was part of what was discussed. Admittedly, the governor says that the issue is already degenerating out of control, which was why he is seeking the backing of the commander-in-chief himself.
Situation of insecurity in my local government, Al-Kaleri or Bauchi State, where some bandits have become so emboldened and they have taken over so many ungoverned spaces there coming out from the Dajima Dam. And we have been having some sporadic clashes and skirmishes with them, with the security agencies. But it would appear that the security agencies and all of us are overwhelmed, and the situation is escalating to a level where it will become a big humanitarian crisis.
With his PDP counterpart and Adamawa State Governor Fintri defecting from the PDP to the All Progressives Congress Friday morning, journalists sought to know if he also is planning to defect and abandon the umbrella for the broom.
You see, it is not always right for people to be insinuating and trying to get answers where there are no questions. I have always said that I am a PDP man. I know the federal government and the importance of partnership. This is time for governance, and of course any governor can leave, because if it is Fintri's decision to leave, it may not be my decision.
The governor also commended the opposition People's Democratic Party for what he described as a commendable outcome, claiming one local government of Gwagwalada during the just concluded FCT Aerial Council election. From the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, I'm Ikaro Atta, ITV News.
Moving on, the military high command has attributed the recent rise in attacks on rural communities across the country to displaced insurgents attempting to show relevance following sustained onslaughts by troops. Defense correspondent John Tanner reports that the Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Michael Onuja, stated this during the end-of-month media briefing at the Defense Headquarters in Abuja.
The month of February recorded increased terrorist attacks on communities across the country. In states like Kwara State, terrorists struck several times, resulting in the launch of Operation Savannah Shield by the Defense Headquarters. Briefing the media on military activities in February, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Michael Onoja, explained that due to sustained military pressure and cooperation with the United States, terrorists have resorted to attacking soft targets in order to magnify their operations.
Make sure that we smoke them out from wherever they are. It is not a case of resurgence. What is happening is that due to the pressure that the cooperation with America is bringing to bear on them, they are now targeting soft targets in order to magnify their operations. But it's left for us as journalists to ensure that we report some of these incidents from a national interest perspective. Terrorists need the oxygen of broadcasting their activities.
On the activities of over 100 United States military personnel in Nigeria, the military says the U.S. personnel are assisting in training Nigerian troops and providing technical support at no cost.
The number is not an issue. You just be rest assured that Nigeria's territorial integrity, our national security is intact. Nobody is giving away our sovereignty. If that is your fear, convey that to the public. Our sovereignty is intact, our territorial integrity is intact.
The military added that troops across various theaters sustained intensified multi-domain operations throughout the month, leading to the rescue of 408 kidnapped victims and the neutralization of several criminals. From Abuja, John Teina, ITV News.
Now, tension flared at the Senate on Thursday as lawmakers expressed outrage over the failure of the Registrar General of the Corporate Affairs Commission to honor repeated invitations from the National Assembly. Senator Orji Uzor Kalu, who moved the motion during the Senate's Committee on Finance Budget Defense session, called for the immediate sack of the Registrar General Hussein Ishaq Magaji, citing what he described as persistent disregard and disrespect for the Senate. ITV's Wisdom Obakemi reports.
The motion was seconded by Senator Adams Oshomole, who backed calls for decisive action. Senator Kalu urged that the matter be escalated to President Bola Tinubu, seeking the urgent termination of the CAC boss's appointment. He also called for a warrant to compel the Registrar General to appear before the committee.
I'm a member of this committee, even in the ninth Senate until today. And this man will continue saying he's in the villa, he's going to London, he went to... Is that what we are doing? He should come and give us account of what he had done.
Given the fact that he has not accounted for revenue accrued to him and the expenditure he has secured, this Senate should decline to appropriate anything in 2026 budget.
In a separate motion, Senator Oshomole proposed that the CSC's budgetary allocation be withheld pending the Registrar General's appearance and clarification before the committee.
Until we are satisfied that he has properly accounted for previous money and spent, and the Senate is satisfied that he deserves to have any further appropriation. And should he spend money that is not appropriated, he should be headed to Kuje prison.
Chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Sani Musa, also criticized the Registrar General for repeatedly failing to honor invitations, describing the development as unacceptable.
Any MDA that we invite, almost every time, they will tell us they are in the villa. They are in the villa, taking excuses with the villa. And even Mr. President does not guarantee any head of MDA not responding to National Assembly.
From Abuja, Wisdom Obakemi, ITV News.
Here in Edo State, the Isama of Benin, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawari Gbenejion has hosted a glamorous dinner night in honor of members of the University of Benin Alumni Association, UBTH chapter. The colorful event, marked by elegance and sophistication, brought together distinguished medical professionals and alumni of the University of Benin serving at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. Pius Nsogo reports that the dinner night was a fusion of class and camaraderie, reflecting the Isama's enduring commitment to promoting unity, professional excellence. Guests were treated to an evening of fine dining, warm interactions, and inspiring remarks. The event further underscored the Isama's long-standing dedication to education, healthcare development, and community advancement in Benin City and beyond. Details will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. Moving on, the leadership of the African Democratic Congress has condemned the attack on their party secretariat in Benin City during the visit of a former presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, Mr. Peter Obi. The condemnation was issued during the South-South Zonal Leadership meeting held at the residence of a former governor of Edo State and national leader of the ADC, Chief John Igue Festival. Pius Nsogo has the details.
We are committed to doing what it takes to meet the deadlines as set by INEC.
The national leader of ADC and a former governor of Edo State, Chief John Igue Festival, described the attack on Mr. Peter Obi at the secretariat and the mayhem unleashed at his residence as barbaric. He said ADC will continue to eschew violence and work towards giving Nigerians a better alternative.
The public is on our side. As a matter of fact, this must be the first party in this nation that was put together, the alliance that was put together at the behest of the Nigerian public. They were crying for rescue. They were crying for an alternative.
Chief Igue Festival also hinted that our former Minister for Transport, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, has briefed the South-South leaders of the party on his intention to contest as president in the forthcoming 2027 general elections.
The leaders have emphasized the need to work in unity, not just in our various units, but throughout the zone as one formidable unit. And of course, that message will permeate at the national level.
Leaders from the 6 states of South-South Zone, who include former governor of Cross River State, Mr. Liel Imoke, Professor Pat Utomi from Delta, and Rotimi Amechi from Rivers, were all present. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Residents of Bauchi in Etsako West local government area are counting their losses after a devastating rainstorm struck the community at about 7 p.m. on Tuesday. The heavy windstorm tore off rooftops, destroyed market stalls, and left several families homeless. Edo North correspondent Anthony Igbano has the details.
The violent wind, which comes without warning, uprooted trees and caused widespread damages to churches, homes and businesses across Jetu, Bauchi, and other parts of Etsako West local government area. Many households have been thrown into distress as properties were destroyed and livelihoods disrupted. Eyewitnesses described scenes of panic as residents struggle to salvage their belongings amidst the raining storm.
Everything went down, and it's quite unfortunate. Although we have so many victims in Edo North here, but as they are also victims of the circumstances.
We have never seen such a kind in Bauchi. To the extent they carried the whole roof, the whole structure of this church, divided into 3, hung some part of it on a tree, the third part carry to the other compound, damage everything.
The disaster comes at a particular difficult time as it occurred during the fasting season, compounding their hardship faced by vulnerable families. Many of the victims are now grappling with damaged homes, limited food supply, and an uncertain path to recover while striving to maintain their spiritual obligations. Some of the victims are appealing for urgent intervention from Edo State government and humanitarian assistance to support affected residents, rebuild damaged homes, and restore hope to the community.
This is the situation. I meet my house, pull everything, remove all the roof. So I'm appealing to the well-meaning Nigeria, the local government, the state government, the federal government to assist me on what happened to me. But I believe the government can do it for me.
From Bauchi, Anthony Igbano, ITV News.
Now, over 170 people are said to be in captivity, while other 200 people were murdered after bandits invaded Wuri town in Kayama local government area, Kwara State, and Kunkusu in Borgu local government area, Niger State. Correspondent Umar Mohammed, who visited Kunkusu and other villages bordering Kebbi State, said the bandits in their hundreds operated from around 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Recall, a group of gunmen in their hundreds last week attacked some villages in Kwara and Niger States, specifically Borgu local government and Kayama local government areas in Niger State and Kwara State. The attack on Kayama resulted in the murder of over 200 people, while 170 others are being held in captivity. Reacting to the incident in their local dialects, some of the survivors of the attack narrated their ordeal. Another community where government had a field day is Kunkusu in Borgu local government area, Niger State, where another 100 people were killed and several others taken away by bandits. Some residents of the affected communities blamed political office holders for undermining their problems of incessant attacks, calling on the Niger State government and the federal government to increase the number of security personnel in the area. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has since ordered the deployment of military personnel to the affected communities with a marching order to go after attackers and restore normalcy in the state. From Mina, Niger State capital, Umar Mohammed, ITV News.
In another report, victims of January 11, 2026 Ekpoma fire incidents have again renewed their appeal to Edo State government and other relevant authorities to rescue them from possible bankruptcy as a result of the inferno, which consumed over 25 shops along with their goods. Edo Central correspondent Chris Omiji reports that the block of 25 shops which the governor, Monday Okpebolo, promised to rebuild is at an advanced stage of completion.
On the 12th of January 2026, Governor Monday Okpebolo visited the scene of fire incident, which occurred on the 11th of January, consuming over 25 market shops of various goods attached to Ekpoma Divisional Police Headquarters, and promised to rebuild the shops and empower the affected shop owners to start up again.
We are going to take inventory so that you go back to your shop without going to borrow money from the bank.
In a renewed appeal to the governor of Edo State, who is already rebuilding the burnt shops as promised, the shop owners placed an appreciation banner at the project site, saying that none of the shops was under any form of insurance. They only await the promise made by Governor Okpebolo to ensure they do not borrow money to start up again.
We want to thank the Governor Monday Okpebolo, for coming and fulfilling his promise. As you can see, the shops are already almost completed. But the most important part of it is not the financial part of it that he promised. That he's going to make sure that we did not go to borrow money elsewhere to start our business. He's going to assist us financially. All the shops that are here, none of us are insured.
We are renewing our pay to him since the incident happened. For us to feed our family is really difficult.
Our governor is really a governor indeed, a man of his word. So I want to sing and appreciate him. Now our governor be this, so we no get another one. Now our governor be this.
The project supervisor, Engineer Emmanuel Agmozi, who said the project is 75% complete, assured that it will be delivered in record time.
As soon as possible, we'll be done with this project because it's a priority, and the traders need to go back to their shops.
The over 25 shops owned by the Police Officers' Wives Association was consumed by fire on the 11th of January 2026, leaving many stranded. In Ekpoma, Chris Omije, ITV News.
There is a growing need to protect Nigerian consumers from exploitation by service providers and unfair market practices as they continue to bear the burden of weak enforcement and limited access to justice. This was brought to the fore during the 361st inaugural lecture series of the University of Benin, delivered by Professor Job Odion on Thursday, where the challenges confronting consumers and the role of the law in safeguarding their rights were critically examined. Jolade Ojo tells us more.
Akindeko Auditorium, University of Benin, Obo campus, played host to academics, legal practitioners including the Chief Judge of Edo State, Justice Daniel Okungbowa, government functionaries, management and staff of ITV and radio, members of Rotary Club of Benin District 9141, and students. The inaugural lecturer, Professor Job Odion, who spoke on the topic, "Thou can have a piece of his flesh, not a drop of his blood, the dilemma of consumers in Nigeria," emphasized that Nigerian consumers are often exploited through poor service delivery and unfair practices while lacking effective legal protection. He called for stronger enforcement of existing laws to safeguard consumer rights.
Consumer rights is a source of economic rights. Let every consumer in Nigeria have at the first call the right to complain. The media NOA should up their ante with regards to consumer rights awareness. We need to do more campaigns. Let them know that the body called the SCPC and they should complain and not always resort to self-help measures.
In his remarks, the Vice-Chancellor, University of Benin, Professor Edoba Omoigi, SAN, applauded the inaugural lecturer and his delivery, pointing out that the lecture offers important lessons for government in improving the economic system of both Nigeria and Edo State.
One of the key recommendations is the strict enforcement of the provisions of the FFCPC Act of 2018 in order to effectively institutionalize competition in the marketplace at all levels.
The inaugural lecturer was thereafter decorated with the inaugural medallion by the Vice-Chancellor. Family members and guests described the lecture as apt.
I feel very proud. He's a very fulfilled man, and I'm very proud to see him deliver his lecture.
Not only was it expository, it was informative and recommendative.
I believe that the inaugural lecturer did justice to the lecture and distinguished himself properly.
So Job Odion is somebody we respect in society. He's a scholar.
From Benin, Jola Adeojo, ITV News.
Now, Lagos State Commandant, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Mr. Adedotun Kenshinro, has commended the area headquarter command of the Corps, which comprises Amuwo, Oredo, Ijegun, Irewe, Ikotun, and Alimosho Division for hosting its stakeholders' community engagement in Festac Town. In another story of interest, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has urged Nigerians to embrace oneness and unity beyond ethnic differences while advocating peace across the country. Warri correspondent Benga Ahmed completes the report.
It was a historic and grand homecoming for Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, as she arrived at the Palace of Olu of Warri, the venue of the ceremony. She was entertained by various Ishekiri cultural groups who performed in honor of her visit. The First Lady was conferred with the chieftaincy title of Otopa Orishe of Warri Kingdom, meaning bearer of light. She thanked the Olu of Warri for the honor and called on Nigerians to promote national unity and peaceful coexistence among ethnic and religious groups across the country.
Look at how God will do it. They both started the fasting and Lenten period the same day. What is God telling us? Unity.
Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborori said Nigerians are blessed to have a humble and compassionate First Lady who genuinely cares for the poor and vulnerable in society.
Your Excellency, ma'am, we all see and acknowledge your initiatives for the poor and vulnerable across the country.
His Royal Majesty Ogeame Atuwashe III, the Olu of Warri Kingdom, described the First Lady's visit as symbolic of a new season of unity, healing, and renewed hope for the Niger Delta and beyond.
When you mentioned that you were coming with Kabesi on Newsham, I saw then that this was a golden opportunity to begin a new chapter, not just in Delta State, but in the entire Niger Delta.
Members of the First Lady's entourage included the Ooni of Ife, His Royal Majesty Adeyeye Ogunwusi, the Dean of Agbo Kingdom, other traditional rulers, the JTF commander, and NNS Delta commander, among others. From Warri, Benga Ahmed, ITV News.
If you're just joining in, you're tuned into the network news on independent television. We'll take an intermission now, after which the news continues. Stay tuned.
ITV, certainly the best.
Welcome back. Now in more news, the 24th matriculation ceremony of Edo State Polytechnic, Use, has been held, marking the formal admission of 1,010 newly admitted students into the institution for the current 2025-2026 academic session. The ceremony attracted personalities from government, traditional institutions, academia, parents, and friends of the Polytechnic. Efosa Wangwe has the details.
The matriculation ceremony had in attendance Chairman of the Governing Council, Honorable Sam Obu, who represented the State Governor and visitor to the Polytechnic. In a speech, Chairman of the Governing Council, Edo State Polytechnic, Honorable Sam Obu congratulated the matriculating students and reassured them of the state government's readiness to reposition the Polytechnic as a citadel of learning.
We are committed
to creating a safe, supportive, and enabling environment where every student can strive.
Commissioner for Education Dr. Paddy Yamu, represented by Mr. Yari Harrison, admonished the students to be worthy ambassadors of Edo State Polytechnic, Usen.
The federal government student loan program is available in this polytechnic. I will encourage you to take advantage of it.
Director Dr. Arodoye Dosakai Liberty congratulated the students on their successful admission and urged them to remain committed to their studies. Delivering the matriculation lecture titled From Admission to Graduation, Making Your Polytechnic Journey Count, Professor Otorile advised the newly admitted students to take deliberate control.
The Polytechnic commits itself to providing you with quality education, practical training, and a conducive environment.
A major highlight of the ceremony was the formal presentation of the matriculating students by the deans of the various schools, who presented their students to the registrar, Mr. Lewis Ediakwa. The 24th matriculation ceremony marked another significant milestone in the history of Edo State Polytechnic, Usen, reaffirming the institution's commitment to producing graduates who are academically sound, morally upright, and socially responsible. Other dignitaries present at the occasion included representative of the palace, led by Chief Julius Gubadia, the Eson of Usen Kingdom. From Usen, I am Efosa Wangwe, ITV News.
In another report, government of Edo State has commended its team for emerging overall winners of the second edition of the Niger Delta Games, ending a 24-year wait for a major sporting honor with a commanding performance at home ground. Deborah Ogbefun reports that the governor of Edo, Senator Monday Okpebolo, represented by the deputy governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idausa, gave the commendation at the closing ceremony of the NDDC Games at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City.
The Niger Delta Games ending at a very colorful and exciting ceremony at the Dr. Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium with Team Edo emerging overall winner of the tournament. The closing ceremony brought together athletes, officials and dignitaries from across the region and beyond, including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by the Director General, National Sports Commission, Honorable Bukola Olokpade. Governor Monday Okpebolo was represented by his deputy to mark the end of the week-long intense sporting competition. In his closing remarks, the governor of Edo State commended the athletes for their discipline, resilience, and sportsmanship, noting that the games serve as a unifying force and an opportunity to discover raw talents.
They have made us proud. We are extremely happy. We knew with the investment that the executive governor have invested in Edo State Sport Commission, we knew we were going to host and win.
He noted that Team Edo's victory not only underscores the state's commitment to sports development, but also sets the stage for even greater competition in future editions of the Niger Delta Games. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, NDDC, Samuel Ogboku, said the one-week event is aimed at bringing unity to the Niger Delta region.
This event has only given you the opportunity to showcase yourself.
Edo team topped the medal table with 52 gold, 34 silver and 25 bronze medals, an impressive total of 111 medals, while Delta State, who were runners-up in the inaugural edition, settled for second place again with 39 gold, 29 silver and 34 bronze medals, totally 102. Bayelsa, winners of the inaugural edition and regarded as one of the region's strongest sporting states, settled for third place this time. The closing ceremony featured vibrant cultural activities, presentation of medals, among other awards. In Benin, Deborah Ogbefun, ITV News.
Now, the Benin Investors Conference 2026 has been formally announced, setting the stage for a major economic gathering aimed at advancing development in the Benin homeland. Ehis Uhunamuri reports that the Benin Investors Conference was initiated by Uwaro Group. The report is presented by Deborah Ogbefun.
At a press briefing, the managing director of Ogoron Group, Imaswe Amowie Izodua, described the Benin Investors Conference as a 4-day strategic platform designed to connect investors, entrepreneurs, policymakers, creative and members of the Benin diaspora. Built on the Benin First philosophy, the initiative prioritizes Benin participation and ownership in investment tied to the land, culture and economy.
We're inviting investors who are ready to deploy capital responsibly, entrepreneurs who are building viable businesses, professionals who understand the importance of economic direction, and members of the diaspora who are seeking structured ways to engage meaningfully with the homeland. Additionally, Benin Investors Conference is creating sector-focused platforms where entrepreneurs can pitch vectored projects directly to align with investors.
This year's Benin Investors Conference, organizers say, will feature created investment, structured networking engagements, cultural exhibitions, and the unveiling of the Benin Trust Fund. They said the conference is scheduled to hold in Benin City in October 2026.
Details regarding registration, participation, sponsorship, and partnership opportunities will be available at www.bic.ng. This is a defining moment for strategic economic alignment with the Benin community. We believe the time for intentional building is now.
Organizers say the goal is to move from conversation to coordinated economic strength and long-term prosperity. In Benin, Deborah Ogbefon, ITV News.
Acting Chairman, Oredo Local Government, Engineer Gabriel Idusei, has reiterated his commitment in tackling insecurity head-on in the locality and making it a safe haven for economic development. The acting chairman made the remark while presenting operational vehicles to different sectors of vigilante groups in the local government. Efusa Wangwe has the details.
Congratulations to you.
As a way of follow-up to his promise after meeting with security stakeholders, the acting chairman of the local government, Honorable Gabriel Idusei, moved a step further by matching wells with action and presented senior bosses to the local security outfits. Areas that benefited are Igue Sector 1 and 2, New Benin Sector, Ugbo, Odetiti, among others. The council boss, while handing over the vehicles, admonished them to put the vehicles in proper use, as it is to help them make easy their operations in the locality in a bid to reduce security threats in their various areas. He appreciated the Edo State Governor for the support, saying the fight against insecurity in the local government is to key into the state government's agenda.
I want to assure our good people of Oredo that they can sleep with their eyes closed, because what we have mapped out to ensure that the community is safe, our environment is safe, is a strong one. And people are determined, the security agencies are determined. They have been motivated. We are going to put a central number for everybody that has any distress or anything at all that has to do with security to call.
We are moving towards Oredo. I have never seen this level of deployment of vehicles from a local government. I never knew that this was possible.
The spokesperson for the security outfit commended the chairman for the gesture, emphasizing that the vehicles given to them is a moral booster for them to continually secure the local government area.
With this Sienna bus, the response time to crime for any distress call will now be swift. So I want to sincerely thank him for this initiative.
Chairman thought it wise that in his local government, under his purview, he doesn't want criminalities, doesn't want any issues that is abnormal.
The singular act of the council boss, Honorable Idusei, is a testimony that there is a likelihood of strong improvement of security in the local government jurisdiction. From Benin, Efosa Uwangwe, ITV News.
You're still watching the network news on independent television. We'll take a break now, after which the news continues. Stay with us.
the land of Owan is inhabited by the people with common ancestry, language, religion, economic and socio-political ties. However, irrespective of their subtitle differences in language and culture, they share common traditions. The people are known for their hospitality. Owan traced their origin to Benin Kingdom as a result for a man to find a comfortable place for living. The name Owan was derived from the largest and longest river in the area, which is known as Owan or Owan. It means one who makes merry in affluence. Owan is rich in culture and traditions. The people are a mixture of traditional worshippers, Muslims and Christians. Owan is located at the northern part of Edo State. It consists of 2 local government areas, that is Owan West and Owan East. It has a total number of 13 clans and 21 political wards, according to National Population Commission 2006 census. The population of Owan people is put together at 251,686. The people love tradition and culture. Historically, the people ancestors in deep quest to hand down on their future children a society of love and friendship, where the spirit of brotherhood.
Welcome back. Now, the people of Igue Maba in Ovia Northeast Local Government Area, Edo State, have unanimously passed a vote of confidence in the leadership of the community headed by the Odori, that is village head, Pa Johnson Ahano, Prince Peter Eweka, Chairman of Elders Council, and Kenneth Omorugbe Okaigile, youth leader of the community. The public declaration was made during an enlarged meeting of the elders in council, youths and women held at the elders chamber known as Owedo. Donald Demir reports.
The second in command in the community, known as Ozukbo Pamatu Igbinosun, said they decided to unanimously debunk lies contained in a trendy video on the social media whose content is meant to give the community a bad name and cause problem for members of the community. Pa Igbinosun described the social media video as false and misleading, with an attempt by the perpetrators to cause division in the community. He also clarified that the only Okagele in the community that was duly appointed by the Ojonwe Padosi Ano is Mr. Kenneth Omoegbe, in conjunction with the elders and people of the community. The Ozukbogiha, the third in command, Pa Heri Onagino, corroborated Pa Igbinosun's statements, adding that Pa Johnson Ahano remains the Ojonwe of Igoshodi Nikbemaba, while Mr. Kenneth Omoegbe remains the Okaigile. The chief priest of the community, Ohen Lewis Igbinosun, also added his voice in their support. Speaking on behalf of the women, Mrs. Joy Ehigiato said that Mr. Kenneth Omoegbe remained the Okaigile. In the same vein, Chairman of Elders in Council of Igoshodi Nikbemaba, Prince Peter Eweka, disclosed how the Okagele, Mr. Kenneth Omoegbe, is doing his best to attract development to the community.
Okagele di mamu yebuna, oi Kenneth Omoegbe. It's a peaceful and loving Okagele. You can see the road now. It's bulldozing the road.
In his comment, the Okagele of the community, Prince Kenneth Omoegbe, promised that he will continue to ensure that growth and development come into Igoshodi Nikbemaba.
It's a peaceful place you can come and develop. We are going to bring out a good thing in the Igoshodi Nikbemaba.
From Igoshodi Nikbemaba community in the North East Local Government Area of Edo State, Donald Ehiminye, ITV News.
Moving on, Chief Executive Officer of Lee Engineering and Construction Company and founder, Agbonjagwe Lemon Foundation, High Chief Lemon Agbonjagwe Ikbia, has given bursary awards to students of tertiary institutions in Edo State. The bursary award has been part of the scholarship scheme courtesy of Chief Ikbia since its inception in 2012. Efosa Nwangwe tells us more.
Presentation of checks to beneficiaries courtesy of High Chief Limon Igue, Chief Executive Officer of Lee Engineering and Construction Company. The Vice Chancellor, University of Benin, Professor Edo Polytechnic, commended Dr. Limon Igue for sustaining the Foundation's scholarship intervention for 14 years. The Vice Chancellor described Limon Igue's Foundation's partnership with the university as a testament of the genuine and exceptional spirit of philanthropy.
We are very pleased to be associated with Alif, and in particular we are very happy that Alif has continued to consider UNIBEN a partner in progress.
The Executive Director of Agbonjigwe Limon Igue Foundation, Dr. Difference Irabo, disclosed that since the inception of the scholarship scheme in 2012, the foundation has trained over 600 indigenous students and artisans nationwide, with the University of Benin leading with 244 beneficiaries.
The foundation focuses primarily on providing scholarship to indigenous students and empowering vulnerable members of society, including widows and financially disadvantaged artisans.
Some of the beneficiaries, while thanking their benefactor for the gesture, offered prayers for him and his household.
I'm very happy, yes, that I'm a beneficiary of Alif.
I'm so delighted for selecting me as one of the beneficiaries.
Dean of Students, University of Benin, Professor Frederick Igase, lauded the relentless effort of the financier of the foundation, High Chief Limon Igue, for bringing succor to the hopeless.
On behalf of the University of Benin, I sincerely appreciate and congratulate him for what he has been doing. We also appreciate the student.
A total number of 76 students are expected to benefit from the 2025-2026 academic section, with 19 beneficiaries from the University of Benin, 25 from Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, and 32 beneficiaries across other institutions of higher learning in Nigeria. Highlight of the event was the presentation of checks to beneficiaries of the 2025-2026 academic section. From Benin, Efosa Owan, ITV News.
We'll take a break, after which the news continues. Stay tuned.
Is shared that develops traditions, culture, and dance that electrified the environment, that encouraged love and joy.
ITV, certainly the best.
The Igue Festival is the colorful and crowd-pulling festival in Benin Kingdom. The Igue Festival is an annual event that is celebrated by all Benin, both at home and abroad, to mark the end of the Benin year and to usher in a new year with a renewed hope for peace and prosperity. The annual Igue Festival is centered on the Oba of Benin as the Oba takes the center stage. This year's Uge commences with Otwigwoba. The Oba, sitting at his throne, gives out kola nuts to chiefs in order of seniority.
It is time for sports, and Solomon Aino is standing by.
And on sport news, 24 players are now in the Super Falcons camp in Yaoundé as the African champion gears up for the friendly against the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. Goalkeeper Chamakan Nadozie, defender Michel Alozie, and Osinachi Ohale as well as forward Chuwendu Yozu arrive at the team camp on Thursday night. Two more players, Alimata Inde and Chidima Okeke, are expected in the camp. The Super Falcons started preparation for the friendlies with a training session at the State de Omnisport Amadou Annex on Wednesday. The two friendly matches have been scheduled for the Military Stadium Yaoundé on Saturday 28th and Tuesday 3rd March respectively. Chelsea will play holders Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League round of 16, while Manchester City will face Real Madrid in the knockout stage for the 5th straight season. Although 6 Premier League clubs have qualified for the last 16, there will be no all-English tie, with leaders Arsenal to face Bayern Leverkusen. Newcastle will meet Barcelona, Liverpool takes on Galatasaray, and Tottenham has been drawn against Atletico Madrid. The first leg will be played on 10th and 11th of March, with the second leg to take place on the 17th and 18th of March 2026. And that's it from the Sport Desk. I am Solomon Aino.
Now here's where we draw the curtain on the network news on independent television. I am Chukufumnanya Digwe. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.
ITV, certainly the best.